over the procedure to record a VHS tape onto a DVD. And we're going to do it not in my workshop here, but actually in my studio. But the reason I've got you in the workshop here is that I want you to understand why you can't record some movies such as a pre-recorded tape like this. Some you can, most you cannot. And it's because of the copy guard. I'm going to show you how copy guard works and how to go about eliminating copy guard so that you can record pre-recorded tapes onto a DVD. There are a couple different procedures to do it. So first we have to understand what copy guard is and how it prevents you from recording your tapes. How does your standalone DVD recorder, for example, or how does your other VHS machine know that you've got a copy guarded tape? And the only way really to show you is I have to show you the oscilloscope here. So on your oscilloscope, this is a video signal that's just coming off air. And the portion of the signal we're interested in here is called the vertical interval. This is your sync signal between the frames. There's a sync signal here. This is one full field of video, and then there's a sync signal, and then there's a second field. And on normal broadcast video, the reason why we're seeing these black lines here is this is actually a 16:9 broadcast that we are looking at, and those would be the black bars at the top and the bottom of the picture, because we're looking at it as a 4:3. Now this particular here, this must be a commercial or something, because there's no information. There's information in there, but the signal before was a 16:9. And anyway, here's our video signal. This is our sync signal. This is our vertical interval, this is called. That's the portion at the top of the screen, or in between the bottom of a frame and the top of a frame. This is the important part, because this is where the copy guard signals live. We'll load up a tape. We'll load up Jurassic Park. This is a copy guarded tape. And we'll play it. And what you're going to see here, if we look at the scope, you see these signals here? That's a Macrovision signal. And you'll also see another series of signals rising up here slowly in the background. You see there's the other signals that have come up. And then right beside it, the signal is going to drop down again. It'll stay up for several seconds, and then you'll see that the signal will start to drop. This is the Macrovision. There it goes. You can see it dropping. Now, if you try to make a copy of a tape on a conventional VHS machine, there it goes up again. That's what causes the picture to go bright, dark, where the picture fades out and gets all distorted and gets really dark looking, and then it comes back to normal, and then it goes dark again. That's what causes the AGC to get messed up on your VCR. Because what they're doing is they're sending a signal that is much brighter than the peak white level. There it goes down again. And what that does is that's messing with the automatic gain control on your recording VCR. And this affects the older generation of VHS machines. The newer generation of VHS machines and all DVD recorders have a chip in that actually detects this signature here. And if we expand the signature, what we will see is a signature here, and I don't know if I can get enough brightness on here to make it really clear. But this information here, this is the actual Macrovision signal. And what it is a series of 6 pulses that occur at a specific, and here's the other level. Here's the other signals coming up in the background here. These are the ones that make the picture flash white and black. But these 6 pulses here, at the precise timing where they are located, when a VCR, a newer VCR, or a DVD recording device detects those signals, the recording device will stop, and it will not permit you to make that recording. And I will demonstrate that in a minute. and I'll also demonstrate what you need to do to get rid of that signal, because there are devices on the market that will remove those signals. They're hard to find these days. They used to be really readily available, but in recent times they've become difficult to find, but they are still available. That is one way of doing it. There are other ways of getting around these copy guard signals, and I'm going to go through that on this video. But first, let me show you the device that will remove those signals. This device is a Macrovision Eliminator. Basically what you do is you feed your signal in to the in, and it gives you a clean video signal out. This is one that was published in radio electronics back in about 1981, 82, somewhere in that time frame, when Macrovision was first introduced to the world. So it was one of the first units, and this was actually, this one I built. It was actually a schematic that was published in radio electronics way back, and I couldn't begin to tell you what year it was published, but it was in the early 80s, 82, 83, 84, somewhere in there. And I'll show you what's on the inside of this thing. So there's the unit. When I ordered the parts from a company, and it came with the mask for the circuit board. It's a double-sided board, and it came with the parts. And I think I even actually ordered the circuit board because that was available for, I think it was $10. It wasn't expensive. This entire kit, I think I spent $40 or $45 on US at the time. But as you can see, there's just, there's 4 ICs, and this one here is a sync pulse generator, RCA sync pulse generator, but there's not a lot to it. And basically what it does is it separates the incoming sync signal, and then it generates a new sync signal, and it uses that new sync signal that is gen locked to the incoming signal to blank the Macrovision signal. And I'll hook it up and show you what it does to the actual video. Oh, it was weird. My scope has decided to start doing weird things for me here, but as you can see, now the Macrovision signal is gone. We have a nice clean sync pulse that has been regenerated by the macro scrubber. So no more 6 pulses to cause the recorder to shut down. I'll take this tape in, I'm going to take this VCR in, we'll hook it up to a DVD recorder and show you exactly what happens when you try to make a copy of a tape that is protected with copy guard. So what I've done now is I've just connected my VHS machine directly to my standalone DVD recorder through the audio video inputs, and I have loaded a regular DVD RW disc. It's not going to record it anyway, and I've got it connected to my TV screen. I press play. We will see the picture on the TV screen. So here's our recording. We've got our Jurassic Park playing here, and I'm not going to let this play for more than a few seconds so I don't get popped for this, but if I try to press the record button, I will get a message that says, recording error, this program is not allowed to be recorded. And that's because that Macrovision signal is being detected by the recorder, and it will not permit me to record it. And now if I simply just connect the video signal from the VHS machine into the in signal or in port on the macro scrubber, and then plug the out port of the macro scrubber back into the video signal input, it will make the recording. And I'm now able to record the video. If I look down here, you'll see that it is actually recording. And that's because the macro scrubber has removed the copy guard signal from this VHS tape and permitting me to record it. I've now stopped the recording on the DVD, and as you can see, if I press play, I'm able to play back the recording that I made off the VHS tape, proving that the macro scrubber does as advertised, it permits me to make a copy of a copywritten or copy-guarded VHS tape. Now the second way to record content. I'm going to erase this disc. So I'm just going to go into my top menu here because I put it onto a DVD-RW disc as I had no intention of keeping this recorded. So I'm going to delete that recording because I'm going to reuse this disc and show you the second way to make a copy, which does not require a standalone DVD recorder. And incidentally, these combination recorders work the same. They have a VHS player and a DVD recorder, but they're not quite as flexible because you can't hook up one of these boxes between the recorder and the player. The second way I'm going to show you is using a computer. And I apologize for my computer desk being in the state that it is, but it's always in a state like this. I'm going to use a Hauppauge analog capture box. This particular one is an older model. It's called an HD PVR. They've since gone to the HD PVR 2. And but this is one of the original ones. This will capture analog video, S-video analog, as well as component video. And what I use this one presently for is when I want to make a recording off of, say, my cable TV service. This permits me to record it on my computer in high definition, but it will also do standard definition. And it will record stuff that has Macrovision. It doesn't care. It ignores it. So I don't know if all of the boxes do, but this one definitely does, and I'll show you how to do it. So I'm just using ArcSoft's Total Media Extreme, which is what came with the box, the capture box. I just need to go into my source and select my analog source. So that's done by selecting the video input here. I'm going to select composite video, capture. Click on the capture button here. That'll start my capture device up. And now I'm capturing my tape. Now I'm not going through any copy guard busters or anything. I'm just going straight onto the computer here. And as you can see, it's recording my image. And I'll just take that image now and I'm just going to record this for a few seconds here and we'll put it onto a disc to show you how easy it is. So once I'm done with the recording, I can click the stop button. Anyway, we've stopped our recording here. We can close down our capture box. And I can now go and we'll rename this file and then we can author it. So I'm just going to go down and find the file that I recorded. And it'll be in my, I think it's in my video drive. Maybe not. It'll be in this one under record. And that's going to be it right there. If I click on it, it should play. There it is. There's my recording that I just made. So I'm just going to call this Jurassic Test, just so I know which file it is. I'm just going to rename it. I can go back to my Total Media Extreme. I'm going to get my disc that I'm going to record it on. Got my DVD-RW disc. And I'm just going to load that into my computer so that it's ready to go. I'm going to go over here to where it says create a DVD movie. It'll load up Media Studio. And now I can just go down and just insert video. So I can go down, I can actually probably capture it from here too. I've never tried, I've always done it the other way. Insert video and find my program that I recorded here. Jurassic Test. There we go. Open. And that'll put Jurassic Test on there. And now I'm ready to burn this. So as you can see, it is now recording the disc. This being only a couple minutes in length, not even that. It's only going to take a matter of a couple minutes here and probably 20 minutes to finalize the disc. But as you can see, my disc has been created successfully. So we're now going to take the disc and put it in the DVD player. There we go. there's my file, Jurassic Test. And play. There's the recording made from the tape through the computer. Now I encoded it as an MPEG-4 file. If I had encoded it as a VTS or an MPEG file, quality would have been a little bit better. I just encoded it down as an MPEG-4 because that's usually what I do my HD stuff in. But you get the idea. It definitely does work, and this is a easy way to, and a cheap way. It's go through the computer and you can record just about anything. I hope you enjoyed this and hope you found it informative, and happy archiving.